Hey guys, my name is Ty and I hope you're all doing well. We're all waiting to see what content they're cooking up for Dying the Beast, and until then, let's switch it up. And yes, that is Barney the dinosaur trying to tear our face off. Today, we're diving into the world of modding for Dying the Beast and seeing what the community has done with the game over the past few months. Like, let's start off with the Chainsaw mod pack, which brings in weapons from the other Dying Light games, like the Dark Machete, the Scorpio, semi-auto shotgun, the boomstick. Tons to mess around with, and we have a lot more than that, so let's take a look. Many of you have asked for it, including myself, and that's for Techland to let us play as Aiden in Dying the Beast. Modders have made it happen, and dude, it's nearly flawless, seriously. So like, if it were to happen, this is what it would look like, just to put it into perspective. Or at least this is how I would hope it would look like, because it looks pretty damn cool. I went with this beast form, popped on a third-person mod, and decided to join some people. Being Aiden alongside Kyle Crane makes it look like a DLC, straight up. Like, I don't really expect a DLC for this game, but some minor additions like a skin or two for Aiden would be great. Anything at this point would be nice. Thanks to the random people I joined that let me, as the kids say these days, or a farm and look badass as I slow walk for these clips for the video. Very appreciated. Even though I think they were trying to kill me here. I used to roleplay back in the day on the first Dying Light. It's what I started this channel with, actually, so I could see it being immersive playing the story like this, at least I think so. I know third person isn't everyone's thing, and in fact I think a lot of people in this community would be annoyed if Techland focused on giving Dying Light a third person mode, but I think if they can tweak some of the animations, make it so the camera doesn't go through walls like it tends to do with this mod, then I can see it really working. I really can. At one point I did break the animations by trying to heal someone, and Aiden would just have to flap his arms to get around. It looks like somebody in front of a green screen trying to fake run, but they're half-assing it the entire time. I can't get enough of it. Now, as I've said in other videos recently, I do think Dying Light needs to evolve or experiment a little bit more. And the recent events they've been putting out for Dying Light 2 especially just aren't really doing it for me. So here we are, doing this stuff instead. They brought this zombie killing veteran into Dying Light, finally. This one especially hits home because Dead Rising was the first zombie game I ever played, so to play as this guy, especially with a third-person mod to fit that game, is really fun. To a certain extent, because as you may or may not have noticed, with this mod enabled, I've kind of tried to avoid showing it, but you can't hit anything. So yeah, if you do try to use this to try to beat the game or whatever, I don't think you can. But if you do try, let me know how it goes, I guess. By the way, as I was playing as Frank West, I came across this really cool animation for the goon, showing it chow down on a body. I've seen others come across it before, but I finally found it for myself. And yes, if you want to go look for it for yourself too, you can go find it around here. I got you. Now, that's neat and all. It's cool to see him dropkick the final boss to his death, but yeah, this is a thing. Everyone loves Thomas the Train, right? Right? Well, Dying the Beast has a mod that you can drive around as Thomas the Train, slaughtering zombies, doing what you want to do. About everything else I showed today, I genuinely think should be added to the game through collabs or events in some sort of way, besides the Barney mod, but this one is just insane. It's, from what I've seen, the only truck skin mod we've gotten to. Interesting first choice, I gotta say, but hey, I'm glad we got something. Imagine you're just a survivor in the woods trying to survive during the end of mankind and you see this thing driving towards you. Well, you don't really have to imagine it. And for as silly as this may be, because yeah, it's very silly, but it is still another vehicle, you know? I think the truck is okay, we got some cool truck skins, but overall it's just very bare bones. Anyways, the next one makes perfect sense for a mod in this game, and that's Ezio from Assassin's Creed 2. Not only is there a big focus on parkour and that sort of movement in those games like Dying Light, but also the fact that Ezio and Kyle Crane are both voiced by Roger Craig Smith. There's a version of the mod that gives you Ezio's face, but also one that replaces it with cranes, looking pretty awesome in cutscenes. Just climbing buildings, playing it like it is Assassin's Creed with a little extra jank here and there. And by extra jank, I mean that you can get stuck midair after doing literally anything, leaving you as zombie bait, and that's the beauty of modding. You never know how it'll break your game. Playing as these other characters was fun swinging around, sure, but this one just made the most sense. It looks like something official, it really does, and if you squint your eyes, it just straight up looks like Assassin's Creed with a zombie mod enabled. Now, if we want to go a little nostalgic with it, play as Jade, a classic character from the first game. This is the one model I tried out today where the mouth just doesn't move, so you're just sort of staring into her blank, terrifying soul, hoping to see some sort of movement behind those eyes, but it remains nothing. And that's your free ASMR session for today, and outside of cutscenes, it works how you would want it to. I did join a dude who randomly dropped me a weapon, thanks man, but he was also wearing that classic Dying Light 1 outfit, so kind of felt like a what if scenario, like what if Jade survived in her run and came to Castor Woods to live happily ever after until Rise caught your ass. I actually initially forgot about the choking scene, but it happened when I was playing as Rise, like it's Rise creating Kyle Crane's canon event. No matter what future Kyle tries to create, he loses Jade. Like, this is really off note from what we're talking about here, but imagine Rise had the same logic as Kyle Crane. He'd survived that fall in the end of the first game by landing on a car or something. Hey Techland, I'm giving you ideas for the sequel for free, so there you go. Dying Light, Return of Rise, go trademark it so I can make a video. Thanks guys. Anyways, I did play as Olivia for a bit, just to show that yeah, you could put the skin and it would actually work pretty well, so yeah, there you go. We got the Livy squad up in here. And then, here we go again, which is, you know, the classic catchphrase with CJ from GTA San Andreas. This one I'm squeezing in last second as I'm editing this video, otherwise I'd spend a little bit more time messing around because I mean, it's GTA and Dying Light. It's hard not to be somewhat a little intrigued by that, is what I would say if I got the mod working, but instead we are playing as the Silver Surfer. So, I wanted to play through the prologue of the game and almost chose to play as Beast Aiden because he did escape the facility in the beginning of the game, so it would make sense. But I always wanted to see Kyle more in his sentient Volatile phase, as there was a short period where he was just running around doing his thing until he was then caught by the GRE. And it's kinda hilarious just smacking around zombies with his big ol' Volatile claws, or even just going through the cutscenes casually. It makes me wish we saw Kyle's beast form go more prototype with it, good series by the way. And by that I mean, show the visual effects of the mutation on Kyle's body a little bit more. Currently, when you activate beast mode, his body becomes a little bit more veiny, but that's it. Like, don't get me wrong, you can do some pretty cool moves as the beast, but we all know they can do a little bit more with that whole system. Especially since, as I said before, the system isn't planned to make a comeback. Beast mode is staying in Dying Light the Beast. But of course, things can always change. And, in case you were wondering, this is what beast mode looks like in third person as a Volatile. And yeah, as you saw, the Wraith does glow in the dark, making me just want to walk down a hallway in slow motion when there's some atmospheric lighting. Like, come on, look at this. Put this in a trailer with some epic music in the background and you got my blood pumping. All around, the current state of Dying Light mods are alright. There is some fun stuff to play around with if you don't mind the occasional jank, and in terms of skins, I see a lot more constantly being developed by modders, so hey, if you're into that, keep an eye out for that. But I hope we see more for not only Volatiles, but also the truck. That way we can actually feel like we have more vehicles to drive around. So yeah, there we go. I'll leave a link to everything we've seen today down below, including the third person mod. Honestly, every time I get a chance to mess around with mods or play a custom map, I have a good time. And I hope you guys do too. And if you did, then feel free to like the video, subscribe if you want to see more, and stop by for the next one folks. Adios.